Moin Moin und hallo, mein Name ist Kevin und ich kann heute zwei Herren begrüßen, die kurz vor dem Release ihres neuen Albums stehen. Dieses wird Fortitude heißen und erscheint am 30. April. Und ich begrüße Mario und Joe von Gojira. Welcome guys and thanks for taking your time.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for having us.
We are very close to the release of Gojira's next record, Fortitude. And how are your feelings right now, so close before the release?
Well, we're excited, you know, we cannot wait to release that album finally after waiting such a long time. After it was completed, usually when we receive the master, it goes straight to the factory where it's, you know, manufactured, and then we do a little bit of promo and we wait maybe 2-3 months and it's out. This time we had to wait for a whole year almost to release it, so it's about time. Yeah, we're very anxious to share this whole thing, but because of the pandemic, the rollout was longer. We had to approach the whole thing in a different way, and I think that's why we end up releasing 4 songs before the album comes out. We never do that. It's going to be 2 or 3 songs max. This time it's 4. It feels like a lot. And personally, I would prefer for people to discover the whole thing in one time. But since we're not able to play shows and we're not able to travel, we try to make the best of what we have and present it in a slightly different way.
You were nominated for 2 Grammys with your last record, Magma. Which goals do you have for a new record after such a successful one?
Not only a nomination, but we want to win a Grammy. No, I'm joking. No, you know, the Grammy thing is great. It's like a bonus, but I would say I'm already 100% satisfied because the album is something we had in mind, and we are very happy with the result, and it's already amazing. You know, it's just like it's like a big travel. You know, we start from far, and this whole experience is amazing. You know, having a band for 25 years and being the same members, and it's already like a dream. You know.
So talking about your style, to me, your musical style tries to tell a story and build up a vibe over time. And your new record does that as well. When writing music, do you keep in mind that the music business nowadays is influenced by algorithms and a short attention span for the audience?
Yeah, of course, but we cannot base our effort and our craft on that, you know, because otherwise we would end up making video game music or calculating every note. The core of our music is still the emotion and the passion and the fire, and we have to go ahead and try to translate that in notes, and that's sort of our main concern and effort. Because we are part of this world and we are a product of this society, and we are consumers and we are also consumed, we're part of this whole thing. So organically, I want to say naturally, maybe we'll have a tendency to make some more short songs than in the past, you know, but it's not something that we calculate. Our attention span is also shorter in a way, you know, because the whole world is set up in a specific way. So we're also victims and part of it.
Yeah. And what would you say, how has your sound developed on Fortitude in general?
How the sound was developed?
Yes, your sound, your songwriting, the whole record.
To me, it's the same process as before, but because we change and we have other expectations from songs and other needs and other different kind of energy too, and because our live shows are becoming bigger and we have bigger audiences, we have different different rules to the game when we go on tour now. I think everything plays in that, knowing that we're going to play, for example, a big stage in front of 80,000 people. We're not going to write the same as thinking, oh, our next tour will be opening for Morbid Angel in small venues, for example. You know, of course, it influences us, and our music has more oxygen in it, and maybe a little wider, or much more wider, actually. Maybe there's more anthems, and more things that resonate on a bigger distance, in a physical distance. I think this comes to, you know, in our mind, but it's not a conscious decision. It's just a natural effort because we're growing as a band.
So the creative process in general might be the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But by creative process, what do you mean?
The way the things and your influences for writing songs.
That's still the same, you know, the things that are matter to us, for example, our emotions, you know, we're very emotion driven. So it's all about how we feel, what we want to express, what we want to exercise, you know, a certain, you know, pain or a certain evil is something that is relentless in our life and makes us feel a certain way. We have this ball of, you know, anger or frustration that we need to spit out. And that's going to be our angry song on the album, you know, or half of the album is going to be that. And as a result, we feel better when we write the song, and then we feel even better once it's recorded. It's like taming a beast, you know, putting a beast in front of you and taming it, or becoming friends with it, or killing and slaying the dragon, you know. But there's something very, very symbolic and very emotional about it. Writing the song make us feel lighter, recording it a little lighter, releasing it even more lighter. And then when we're on stage and we're playing these songs and they take form and people take that song with them, that's it. We're freed from something and ready to come up with new songs. There's a whole exorcism happening, and it's also as well. It's not only exorcism, but it's also alchemy, because you turn pain, you turn you know, something that is hurting you and that's awful into gold, or into sound, or into, you know, trance. So I love that aspect of what we do. Yeah.
So the motto for the new record was that you'd like to have more fun with this record. And it said that we are now in a time where people definitely need some fun in their life, I think. What is the source of fun you have during this pandemic? Or is there any?
The fun part was spending more time with our families, because our routine is a lot of touring all over the world, and we are always far from our families. So it was a precious time for us to just be present for them, you know, for our kids and wives. And so that was the fun part, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Absolutely. No question.
And you're known for using extravagant instruments in your songs. I would say, for example, the Joe harp in Amazonia.
Yeah.
And what was the craziest instrument you used? And is there any instrument you would like to use if it would go with a song?
Yeah, we do with what we have, you know, handy. We have a bucket full of stuff, flutes, shells, and you know, a mouth harp that was, you know, that is very rusty, because we had that mouth harp for 25 years. It's probably full of germs and disgusting. But we always go back to that little bucket, and we take whatever we have handy and we use it, you know. And if we don't have what we're looking for, we'll go, you know, around the block or in the forest to get some stones and rub them together. Or on this album, for example, we used a plate that Mario brought back from the cafeteria near the studio. He was eating a sandwich, and then we used the plate to bang on the plate and get that interesting sound, and that ended up being a part of the record. Also, there's the cover of a trash can, and we used heavily on the record. It's in a lot of spots. Sometimes it just doubles the snare on one part or one chorus. Mario did a pattern also on the song Newfound with this trash can cover. So we'd rather use what we have around us that we're going to reflect our environment, so to speak. Instead of going to a store and buying a $10,000 African instrument, although that would be also interesting, but.
So you're using your environment in general.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Mario?
Yeah, absolutely.
Plate?
Yeah.
Remember the plate?
Oh, yeah, the plate.
I would like to talk about your technical...
The car keys on the cymbal. Sorry, I have to say this. I have to talk about this one because it just came back to me. But on Magma and on this one, we used car keys on a cymbal, like shing,
Yeah.
And that bit of a, it's before chorus, you go, and then it kicks in. That's the car keys on the cymbals before leaving the studio. Oh, you're leaving? Wait. You have your car keys in here? Can you put them on the cymbal? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's a new level of creativity, and so really, really cool. Yes, talking about your technical level in your music, which is very high. Is this something you have built up over time, and how do you implement the technical parts in your music? So is it just kind of like a feeling, or you want to spice songs up with more technical pieces?
Yeah, well, that would be a question for Mario, I guess, because the drums are more technical.
Yeah, but on this album, the goal is not anymore like when we started the band, we were fascinated by the death metal, the technical death metal scene, and we were a huge fan of Death, and Death was a technical band, so our attention was really into the technique at this time, but through the time we evolved, and as a band now we were more focused on the emotion and the songs and the riffing, for example. So I don't know really about the technique on this album. We have few songs who has challenging parts, but it's not like in the past, we don't have the same intention, same desire. So the technique is just a tool. We know how to use it, and it's true that it's super important to be tight, and Gojira is well known for that. But on this album, it's not about technical parts or tricks or songs, Yeah. But yeah, there is still few, like a song like Grind and Into the Storm, Born for One Thing. We had a lot of fun just to write crazy polyrhythmic parts. But it's not like before, we were really into that aspect of the music. Now we are looking for something else, I would say.
It's called music.
Yeah. Probably.
Metal is the only genre where people are obsessed with the technicality of the things, and I understand it's a big part of metal, but let's not forget that this is music. There's a story, told, there's a pace, there's a tempo, and even though there's no demonstration of look what I can do or how fast I can go, it's still there. And Mario has definitely this background and the ability to go fast and to do stuff that will impress people, but he uses it as a tool rather than a...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, then you feel that it's not overload with this things. One of the themes of the new record is to shake up and start doing something. what are your motivations to go your way musically and in private life?
It's just a statement, you know. The world is facing the biggest challenge of our time. It's a climate. The climate change is a massive issue for every human being or living, for every. Comment on dit être vivant?
Living being.
Living being of this earth, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just we are at this moment of our life. We need to do something, you know. It's a choice. You can just do anything, or you can just try to do something. It's for us. It's absolutely a priority to do something on an individual, individual aspect or collective aspect, but. For example, the initiative we had with Amazonia was something. Now, because we have attention, we have a certain power. We need to set a platform to do something concrete and to be part of the solution, even if it's a drop in the ocean. But we just want to be part of the solution for this planet. You know, it's it seems like a priority. There is nothing more important than this.
Yeah, and it's something that we realized with talking, with reading books, with experiencing also a tremendous change in our lives with the success of our music. We are exposed to these realities. We travel a lot, and we want to share something that we talk about and we agree on, that we're not supposed to walk in life like a bunch of zombies, you know, and just eat whatever is available to eat and watch whatever's on the program on TV and follow whatever trend there is to follow. There is more to life than all these things. And I'm sure you agree. You strike me as a person that has, you know, is making decisions in his life and has a personality. And then there's a whole community of people that think a little more than the average person, I would say. And I believe it's more than a drop in the ocean in the end, because I often also use that image of the drop in the ocean. But it's a drop that is going to be an influence for the drop next to it. You know, when you change your transportation mode and you switch to bicycle when you own a car, when you change your diet and you go to a plant-based diet, or when you start to be more compassionate with your surrounding, you influence your neighbors and your family to do the same. So, you know, we can spread vibes and ideas and statements this way.
So it's kind of like a chain reaction.
Yes, the chain reaction effect is very important.
Yeah. Yes, and that's a really good point, because, of course, we have to talk a bit about the COVID situation right now. And what was your reaction on seeing how fast the environment recovers from human influence while the first lockdown? For example, it was possible to see dolphins in Venice. And, so I cannot remember when it was possible to see something like that.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was like watching a movie a little bit. It was like being in the middle of a movie where something extraordinary happens. Yeah. And it did happen in real life, yeah.
Yeah, we have this opportunity to experiment something very special right now. Yeah.
Yeah. You talked a bit about that. You are a really socially active band. And right now you're running an auction for the United Indigenous People of Brazil. Yeah. Would you like to tell us more about this?
Yes, absolutely. You can learn about this initiative on Mario. You still here, Mario?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay, because I don't see you. We launched this Operation Amazonia, as we call it. It's an auction and donation platform. With the help of the website Propeller. Propeller is a platform, activist platform. Actually, there's a lot of amazing initiatives that are curated by this platform. So it's really worth checking out. And we are one of them, which is really cool. And the people at Propeller make sure that all the donations are going directly to the subject of the charity. And so there's no money lost in the process. Anyway, that was a great partner for our idea to support the indigenous communities in the Amazon forest. 70% of the Amazon forest is in Brazil. Therefore, we went to a Brazilian NGO created and owned by indigenous people. The leader of this NGO is Sonia Gojira. She's quite famous in Brazil for standing up for indigenous cause, because they are protecting the forest. There's so much to say on the subject, and there's so much to understand about the Amazon forest. We actually explain a little further. It's not pages and pages. It's just a few paragraphs on our website. There's an activism section on gojiramusic.com that you can read for more, information about the whole project. It's very clearly explained, and you can either just make a simple donation, whatever you want, 20 cents, $5, and you enter a raffle where you can win something. So that's pretty attractive to a lot of people. They give $1 and maybe they're going to receive a guitar at home or painting by Mario. And so that's really cool. And then there's a bunch of instruments that were donated by bands, famous bands like Metallica, Slayer, Mastodon, Deftones, Korn, Slash, Tool, all these great bands. We called them, hey, could you give a bass? Yeah, sure, no problem. They all said yes.
Yeah.
Instruments. Some of them did art on their instruments. I did that on a guitar. Mario did art. Mario's selling a snare that we used to record our album Magma. So it's there to grab. I think now it's around 3,000 or something for a collector.
Yeah.
It seems the value of this object is incredible for a fan of the band. So maybe it's an investment for the future. No matter what it is, if you buy one of these instruments, the money will go and do some great things in the Amazon forest, where people are really, really weakened and they're harassed, and they're under a lot of pressure, and they are the only ones who can save the forest, the Amazon forest. They know everything there is to know about the forest, how to plant trees, the animal species, the frogs, the plants. It's tremendous what they do with the forest, and they're attacked literally. So we're bringing our support, our moral support, our spiritual support, and some money to them. So please go on our website, gojiramusic.com.
Yep, nice.
And donate.
Looking on the year right now, 2021, almost a quarter is over, more than a quarter is over. And what are your wishes for your band and for the society?
Well, light. We wish. I don't know, Mario. Maybe you want to say something.
I think we all want the same. We want to be happy, and we want success, but in a good way. We want the album to be to talk to the people, and I really hope the songs will have an impact on our fans, and I hope the world will reopen. It's weird to say. I hope everything will be back to normal, because we have so many things to change, but I hope we are going to be able to play shows, I would say. And
hopefully hopefully humanity can learn some lessons from that. That's something that a lot of people say.
Absolutely.
It's real, we of course we can't wait to go back to doing our things and going out and stuff like that, and working again, but we'll make sure to concentrate even more on trying to reduce our carbon footprint. That would be amazing if we can find a way to manage to deal with that, because that's one big paradox of our business, is that not only we're taking planes and driving buses to tour around, but also all the people coming to the shows are actually what's polluting the most for a festival. For example, all these cars coming to the festivals, it's the carbon footprint from the audience moving is way superior of all the bands backstage. So hopefully we'll find solutions for all that. And yeah, may we learn some lessons from this episode.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Guys, thank you so much for this talk. Do you have any words to your German fans at the end?
Yeah, we love you guys. We love you so much.
Dankeschön very much beaucoup.
Dankeschön.
And let's see you. We never really cracked the code with Germany. It seems like Germany is a slow market for us, as they say at the record company and stuff. And we play smaller shows sometimes in clubs in Germany, or when we play at a festival, we play a bit earlier than in Belgium or in the UK. But we hope our German audience will dig the new songs. Yeah,
but when we play a venue in Germany and it's all the Gojira fans, it's always an amazing experience. So I know a lot of people in Germany love the band, so cannot wait to see you again.